them take no more of our freedoms from us every day. They want to come into our homes and take our guns and faith away. Oh, they're insane. Oh, they keep pushing their lies on us every way. If you come for my family, then there's gonna be hell to pay. These colors don't run, and neither do I. We come from a long line of fighting this fight. This flag's gonna fly when it's all said and done. These colors don't run. No, these colors don't run. These colors don't.
Ticking time bomb, stop, drop, roll. Finger on the button, who's got control? Weaponize the news every time I scroll. Come for my guns, but I lock and load. Prime from my hands when I go cold. Pray to the Lord, but they want your soul. They gonna have problems if they come to my home. Till they get my message, I'ma say it slow. Scrolling through the news, anxiety, it starts to hit me. Bible by my pistol, pistol by my whiskey. Politicking just to trick me. If you want it, come and get me. But if you sliding through that door, it's a Sammy. Fight for the stripes, but the blood still dripping. To the grave, all waving and the flag still whipping. They want my liberty, they won't strip it. They want my land, they won't get it. My grandfather's blue collar's dirty and frayed, cause he keeps rolling in his grave for what they did to this place.
These colors don't run, and neither do I. We come from a long line of fighting this fight. This flag's gonna fly when it's all said and done. These colors don't run. No, these colors don't run. These colors don't.
Hey everyone, good to see each and every one of you. Let's see if we can't do this. Hey Tracy, good to see you sneaking in on me. Love you, hope you're doing well. Darlene, good to see you. Love you, hope you're doing well. And everything's still good. D, good to see you. Love you, big brothers. Hope you and Goldie are doing well. Praying for you. Bitbot, good to see you. Love you. And Gator Girl, hey, good to see you. Love you. Praying for you. Hoping you feel better. And then on our Rumble family, we got Susan coming in hot very first, every time. Susan, good to see you. Love you. Hope you're doing well. The heat or the storms hadn't affected you any up that way. Jay Keeps, hope you're doing well. And the storms and heat hadn't hit you too. Hope you're doing well. SL20, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And no storms for you as well. Love y'all. And Bitbite over on Rumble. Oh, D, here you go. I just love you. You and Christopher just makes my night. Oh, bless you. We had a little storm here earlier, but it lasted maybe 30 minutes. Praise the Lord. and it was gone as fast as it came. So, let me go ahead and do the prayer list before we get started. We got Betty and Steve and her family and her friend Ella. Y'all remember Ella? J6, her mom. Keep her in your prayers. So that's Ella. And we got D, his knee still needs prayer for complete healing and no more swelling. Goldie for her upcoming surgery on July the 27th. And Dee's dad, keep Teacup in your prayers for her upcoming eye surgery, that they don't reschedule it or cancel it and everything goes smoothly. Remember Darlene, Maddie, and her family, and she has a friend named Dee that has stage 3 cancer. So keep Dee in your prayers. And we got Bonnie and Cindy Chase, keep them in your prayers. Mel and Cindy, keep them in your prayers. Hey, Broken Patriot, good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. In Arizona, I believe that's where you're from. Hope you're staying cool. Keep Santa in your prayers, that God keeps blessing his ministry with the children, because he loves it, and y'all should see the children's faces when Santa teaches them the Bible and about God. It's amazing. Keep Christopher in your prayers. As we know, he's still in the hospital, but keep him in your prayers, that God will protect him and give him strength. And any upcoming surgeries, but we're praying that God just completely heals them and there's no more surgeries. And keep his mom Tracy in your prayers, that God touches her and gives her strength. Because as a mama, you know it's hard to see your baby go through things. So I pray God wraps his arms around Tracy and lifts her up. And Gator Girl, keep her in your prayers. She's still having tests done and she still have doctor's appointments coming up. Keep her in your prayers, that she will have complete healing and get back to us. We miss her and we love her. And Landon, the young gentleman that goes to Gator Girls Church, is going on a mission trip to Mexico. So keep him and anyone in his group in your prayers, that God protects them, because some places are kind of shady over there. But we know God is in control and will protect. Keep Tina B in your prayers, that God gives her peace and comfort and wraps his arms around her as well. Keep Frances in your prayers, that God heals her completely and that she gets back with us, her family. And keep her family in your prayers, that God strengthens them and gives them peace as well as Frances. Keep Dottie and her sister in your prayers, and SL's daughter, Crystal. And Laura, she's in hospice and has stage 4 cancer. Keep her in your prayers. And if you would, keep my dad in your prayers and my aunt She has stage 4 kidney failure. So keep her in your prayers. And all of the unspoken prayer requests in chat, God knows. We may not know, but God knows. And we don't have to speak them, but he knows. And anyone that's in the paths of the storms or in this heat wave that's going on, which hopefully soon the heat will be gone. Keep everyone in your prayers, and our country and our government and our president, that God gives them wisdom to make the right decisions. All right. Oh, thank you, Darlene. Let me see now. I don't have many clips because I was taking care of family business. But I do have a few where I'd saved them. And I'll just play a couple of those until the national anthem. But I do have 2 news clips. This is about Plattner. Plattner's done got himself in trouble again. He might as well just go away. All the communists need to just go away, because we're not going to stand for it. And here's a news clip on it.
Here's some breaking news coming into the story. Maine Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner responding to a bombshell new Politico report detailing serious allegations of sexual assault. Politico reporting, quoting now, a woman who dated Plattner says he forced her to have sex with him nearly 5 years ago, despite her repeated objections, an allegation Plattner denies. The woman, a 41-year-old Maine resident named Jenny Rassicott, detailed the alleged incident in 3 interviews over the past 2 weeks. Now, Plattner denying the allegations outright. He just put out a new video calling them, quoting again, troubling, serious, and false. He says, again quoting, "We are taking the time to reflect on the best path forward for the state that I love." More on this as we get it, and there will be more.
Hopefully he'll just hang it up and go on, move around. Go to Russia or China or Pakistan or where it, just go away. Baby brother Christopher, hey, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my baby brother. So hopefully all this comes out. Maybe they'll finally say, hey, he needs to go. But I doubt it. They're not right in the mind. They're not right in the mind. Hey, Party Bonza, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Praying for you and your mom. Alrighty, and then I got this one. It's called Headline News that we missed, or I missed, because I've seen a couple of these, but well, oh well. Here we go.
Good evening, I'm Bill Malugin, and this is your Fox News report. The American star forward will play in tonight's World Cup game against Belgium. Fuller and Balogun was suspended with a red card in last week's game against Bosnia. President Trump called that suspension a great injustice and asked FIFA's president to review it. Belgium challenged that decision, but their appeal has been dismissed. Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk, facing the accused killer for the very first time. The week-long preliminary hearing is expected to give a detailed look at the evidence and will decide whether the case against Tyler Robinson will go to trial. Democrat Senate nominee Graham Plattner facing even more allegations. This after a woman accuses the Maine candidate of sexual assault. Plattner calling the accusations, quote, categorically untrue, adding he will take time to reflect on the best path forward in his Senate race. Hundreds of thousands of people gathering to mourn Iran's supreme leader. Peace negotiations are on hold, but talks are expected to continue this weekend in Pakistan. And President Trump is traveling to Turkey tonight ahead of this week's NATO summit. The president is expected to test the allies' commitment to defense spending while also voicing frustrations over the lack of support during the Iran conflict and with the Strait of Hormuz. Be sure to keep it right here on Fox for tonight's big USA World Cup game in Washington. I'm Bill Malugin. Have a great night.
Okay, Tracy and Cindy, y'all hear that? Tonight, the USA plays. Hope y'all got that. Christopher, all of y'all soccer fans. Let me see. And then this right here, I thought was funny. This happens to me more often than I can imagine. It's like, I believe I'm talking English, but it seems like sometimes people can't understand me. So I feel this guy's pain. So here we go with his suffering.
Enough writer or a funny enough comic to make this up, but this is the dangest thing I've been through probably in 25 years. I'm staying at this big highfalutin motel, and I already saw a woman and a man getting a fight out in the lobby a couple of nights ago. Well, that same night, I went down to the bar to get me something to eat, and I was sitting there, and the bartender asked me what I was doing in town, and I said, well, I was here to write, and she said, really, where are you planning on doing that at? And I said, well, we're going to write downtown with some buddies, and I said, we may come over here in the lobby and take off writing and see what we can come up with. She said, what are you writing about? And I said, well, I mean, I don't really know right now, but there's always a reason. And I said, I don't really like the way the industry's going and so forth, just small talk, trying to come up with something. I said, so we'll probably write about that. But I said, starting tomorrow, which would have been Monday, I said, we're gonna change some lives. We're going to start downtown, and we're going to come over here, and might even do it up in the hotel room. But we're going to write and change some lives. And the whole time she was on her phone, texting her or doing something, so I didn't know she was even paying me no attention. And she said, well, where are you from? And I told her, and she said, well, do y'all ever do, you ever ride up there? And I said, no, not much, ain't no reason to, more so down here. And I said, just be on the lookout. You're gonna hear from me maybe after this week, because I've got some things up my sleeve, and I'm gonna change some lives. So we're gonna start the write tomorrow, and it may take 3 or 4 hours, may take 10 minutes. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I'm excited. So she's still texting, and I get up, pay my tabs, and because I didn't put it on my room, she said, what room you staying in? I told her, and she said, what was your name? And I thought that was just protocol, and I told her, well, I came on up to the room, went to bed, get up yesterday morning, got a knock on the door, a hard knock, and I knew it wasn't the maids. They'd knocking on the door. I went and looked through that peephole, and there was a security guard and a cop. And I thought, well, Lord, have mercy. I ain't done nothing. I ain't even left the motel room. And I opened the door up, and the guy, the plainclothes security said, you Mr. Poole, which is my real name, And I said, yes, sir. And he said, can we come in? And I said, why? I ain't done nothing. I ain't been nowhere. And he said, why are you in town for, Mr. Poole? And I said, well, I've been coming here for years, but I come here this week to write. And he said, that's the problem. The bartender downstairs said you were planning on causing a riot, R-I-O-T, not W-R-I-T. And I thought, what in the hell? Then I remembered her asking me all them questions about where I was planning on writing that and all that. And he said, yeah. She said you was going to do it in the lobby. You was thinking about doing it on Music Row. You had some buddies that were going to do it with you, and that y'all was going to write and start changing some lives. And we need to get some information and we need to know the truth if you're planning on doing it right. And I mean, I'm thinking, dear holy mother of God, are you kidding me? I can't believe it. So they came in. I sat down, told them the whole thing, pulled up Google, showed them who it was, and they laughed and I laughed, and I hope that bartender gets fired. But she just about caused me to have a nervous breakdown thinking I was going to prison because I was fixing to start a riot in a hotel. I'm usually proud of my Georgia accent, but this particular time, I guess I shouldn't have. I guess the accent got me because she thought I was saying I was planning on rioting. R-I-O-T-I-N-G, not W-R-I-T-I-N-G. Cops laughed, they left, and now guess what I'm going to go to do today? I'm going to write, W-R-I-T, no R-I-O-T. Y'all have a beautiful day.
Oh, bless him. Like I said, I feel his pain. I finally give up and say, Danny, explain it. Oh, bless him. Alrighty, let's see here. Here's one. Here's Scotty. He's talking about our greetings down here because he's from North Carolina too. So here's some of our greetings.
You know, our greetings don't make any sense, but somehow they still say exactly what we mean. Well, look what the cat drug in. That sounds like an insult, but in the South it means I missed you, but I ain't gonna tell you like a normal person. It's half shade, half affection, and completely normal. Ain't you a sight for sore eyes? That's not about your looks. It's just Southern for I wasn't expecting to see you here, but I pretend to be happy about it. We'll hype you up and humble you all at the same time. Well, where you been hiding? We don't care where you been. We just trying to guilt trip you into feeling bad for not calling your mama or not showing up to somebody's baby shower. Well, hey, stranger. That means you disappeared and we all noticed. And if they give you a hug and say, well, you look healthy, that means you put on some weight, but I was raised better than to just say it plain. Last but not least, how's your mama and them? Nem, N-E-M. That ain't just about your mama. That covers your daddy, your cousins, your neighbor, the dog, and whether your house still leans when it rains. Only in the South can we greet you, compliment you, roast you, and check on your entire bloodline, all in one sentence. And if someone says, come see us sometime, that ain't an invite. It's just a way of saying bye.
D. Even in my state, if you go towards the big cities, they like look at you and like, where'd you come from? I'm like, I'm from the foothills. Y'all are the city slickers. I'm from the foothills. I'm not even safe in my own state. Alrighty, how many minutes we got? Enough. Okay. This one is Baby Trump. Y'all remember that speech that Biden had? He's talking to Trump about it here.
Joe, what the heck is going on? You seem far too happy, okay? What's got you cheesing like a weirdo over there so much?
Let me tell you, fella, sometimes I just wake up happy. Doesn't that ever happen to you, man?
Joe, at this point, I'm sure you're just happy you wake up at all, okay? But no, I don't get to wake up happy. I wake up to people screaming at me, about all kinds of things that you screwed up, and I have to fix it. But I know you, Joe. This is something else that you're all happy about.
All right, man, I'm all jazzed up because I got to go give a speech to all my fans the other day.
Oh, wow. They actually dusted you off and got you out of the basement to give a speech? Good for you, Joe, even though it was probably extremely pathetic. You know, my very impressive speeches last for over an hour. How long was yours?
Ah, come on, man. I can't talk for that long. It was about 10 minutes or so.
I'm surprised you were able to stay awake even that long, Joe. You're not a smart person.
Oh, about that?
I can't believe you fell asleep very stupidly during your low-energy speech. That's very embarrassing for you. What was your speech supposed to be about anyways?
Hey,
I
Mel,
don't know,
good
man.
to see
They
you.
never told me
Love
what
you.
to say,
Praying
so I
for
just talked
you.
about you for a while.
Oh, really, Joe?
Oh,
I'm sure you
wow,
said
Dee.
very polite things about me.
Trumpy's a big dummy. Everybody says so. All his policies stink. They smell like, well, I'll let you figure out what they smell like. All he tries to do is make money. He even has his talentless son make horrible finger painting to sell so he could enrich himself.
Joe, that was your horrible son that did that, not mine. My sons are amazing. Yours is a radical lunatic just like you are.
Oh, come on, man. Nobody there knows what the hell's going on. They're all Democrats. They believe whatever we tell them to.
Joe, your party's full of a load of maniacs, everybody says so. You really need to have them all placed in a lunatic asylum. So when you were done with your speech, were you able to find your way off stage, or did you wander around like a deranged person again? I can't believe you got lost on the stage again, Joe. It's ridiculous.
Ah, come on, man. It could happen to anybody.
No, Joe, it only happens to you. Now quiet down. My special fireworks celebration for America's 250th birthday is about to start.
So, oh, let me see. Oh, D. 17 holes. Lord have mercy. Praise God you didn't get hit. Let me see. 3 minutes. Oh. Here's one where where he misunderstands his wife. This one's funny. Someone may think though it's a little racist, but I think it's funny. If we can't joke, then what is it? But I think it's funny. He says he doesn't want any part of this. What his wife was doing.
Amanda was off today, and she went thrift store shopping. And she called me. I wasn't at home. She called me and she said, "Hey, got some good news." I said, "Cool, what'd you find?" She said, "I found some cool Africans." And she said, "I'm bringing them home." And I said, "Do what now?" And she said, "Yeah, got them cheap too, $12 a piece." And I said, "Amanda, I don't think you can do that, and I don't think you should bring them home either." And she said, "Oh no, they'll be great. You'll love them. Keep us warm in the winter and cold." I said, "Amanda, I don't know what you're talking about. I think what you're doing is not what you're supposed to be doing, and I'm not going to partake in this." And I hung up on her because it scared me to death. Drove home. She wasn't here. And she left me a text message and said, hey, check out the Africans when you get home, see if you like them. I think she meant Afghans. Afghans. Never been so scared in my life. Somebody do something with her. She ain't got a lick of sense. Scared me to death. Afghans, not Africans. Sorry.
Oh, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, say, and you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular amongst birds singing up, gay through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
USA, USA, USA. Alrighty. Let me see. Y'all ready for the study guide to John, and then we'll take the trivia. We'll do trivia. So here we go. Let me grab the study guide real quick. Alrighty.
The Gospel according to John. It's one of the earliest accounts of Jesus' life, and we learn at the end of the book that it comes from one of Jesus' closest followers, called the disciple whom Jesus loved.
I went and done it again. Okay. Now for our heroes. Rest in peace. Thank you for your service.
Folded flags and memories, photographs and the rosary, choir sings and she cries, and she cries, and she cries, and she cries. 'Cause her family was waiting at home and was praying for him to survive. That folded flag that she now owns, she holds it close tonight. Shots ring out, another angel cries. Open up the gates when he arrives. As he fell to the ground, there was no fear in his eyes. They'll bury him before they bury his bride. Yeah, this is for my people that are...
Alrighty, next is for the lives that was stolen by the illegal immigrants. Rest in peace, angels. We're praying for each of the families.
Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? Yeah, 'cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you'll dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you've arrived. So tell me, what do you do up in heaven? Are your days filled with love and light? Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you'll dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you've arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you've arrived. Since you've arrived.
Rest in peace, angels. We have to keep trusting and believing in God. We have to trust and believe in His plan. No need to thank me. Thank y'all. Thank each and every one of y'all for being here. Alrighty. Now we will do the study guide.
The Gospel according to John. It's one
Here
of the
we go.
earliest accounts of Jesus' life, and we learn at the end of the book that it comes from one of Jesus' closest followers called the disciple whom Jesus loved. Now, he appears many times in the story itself, and there's some debate about whether it's John, the son of Zebedee, one of the 12, or a different John who lived in Jerusalem and was known in the later church as John the Elder. Whichever John it was, the book embodies his eyewitness testimony, and it's been brilliantly designed with a clear purpose that he states near the end. John says, the story is written so that you may come to believe that Jesus is the Messiah, and that by believing you may have life in his name. John believes that the Jesus you read about in this book is alive and real, and that he can change your life forever. The book's design is really cool. Its first half opens with an introductory poem and a short story that's followed by then a big block of stories about Jesus performing miraculous signs that generate increasing controversy. And it all culminates in his greatest sign, the raising of Lazarus, which creates the greatest controversy as Israel's leaders decide to kill Jesus. And that launches into the book's second half. These chapters focus on Jesus' final night and last words to his disciples, which are followed by his arrest, trial, death, and resurrection. The book concludes with an epilogue. In this video, we're just going to focus on the first half. So the book opens with a two-part introduction. First, a poem that begins, in the beginning was the Word, an obvious allusion to Genesis 1, when God created everything with his word. Now, a person's words, they're distinct from that person, but they're also the embodiment of that person's mind and will. And so John says that God's word was with God, that is distinct. And yet the word was God, that is divine. And as we ponder this claim, we hear later in the poem that this divine word became human in Jesus. Then John goes on to draw from the stories of Exodus, saying that Jesus was God's tabernacle in our midst. The glorious divine presence that hovered over the Ark of the Covenant became a human in Jesus, which leads to his last claim, that the one true God of Israel consists of God the Father and the Son, who has become human to reveal the Father to us. Now, as we consider these mind-bending claims, we then start to hear a story about how John the Baptist first met Jesus and then led other people to meet him and become his disciples. And one by one, as people encounter Jesus, they say out loud who they think he is. And in this one chapter, Jesus is given 7 titles. Now, these titles prepare us for John's love of sevens in designing the book, but altogether they also make a claim that this fully human Jesus from Nazareth is the Messianic King, he's the teacher of Israel, and he's the Son of God who will die for the sins of the world. Now, that's a big claim to make about someone, and John will now go on to support it through the stories in chapters 2 through 12. They all have the same basic pattern. Jesus will perform a sign or make a claim about himself, and that will result in misunderstanding or controversy. And so, in the end of each story, people are forced to make a choice about who they think Jesus is. The first section shows Jesus encountering 4 classic Jewish institutions, and in each case, Jesus shows that he is the reality to which that institution pointed. So Jesus is at a wedding party and the wine runs out. And Jesus then turns these huge jugs of water, like 120 gallons total, into the best wine ever. And the head waiter says to the groom, "You've saved the best wine for last," which is, of course, true. But John also calls this miracle Jesus' first sign. In other words, it's a symbol that reveals something about Jesus. So just as Isaiah said that the Messianic kingdom would be like this huge party with lots of good wine, so this first miraculous sign reveals the generosity of Jesus' kingdom. Next, Jesus goes to the Jerusalem temple, the place where heaven and earth were supposed to come together and God would meet with his people. And Jesus asserts his authority over it, running out all the money exchangers, stopping the sacrificial offerings. And when the temple leaders threaten him, he says, "Destroy this temple and I will raise it again in 3 days." Jesus is claiming that his coming sacrificial death is where heaven and earth will truly meet together. His body that will be killed is the reality to which the temple building points. Then Jesus has this all-night conversation with a rabbi named Nicodemus, who thinks that Jesus is just like him, another rabbi and teacher for Israel. But Jesus says that Israel needs much more than just another teacher with new information. Israel needs a new heart and a new life. Or in his words, no one can experience God's kingdom without being born again. Jesus believes that humans are caught in a web of selfishness and sin that leads to death. But he also knows that God loves this world. And so he's here to offer people a new birth, a new chance at life. From here, Jesus travels north and he ends up at a sacred well in a conversation with a Samaritan, that is a non-Jewish woman. And they start talking about water, which Jesus turns into a metaphor for himself. He says he's here to bring living water that can become a source of eternal life. Now, in John, this term refers to a new quality of life, one that's infused with God's eternal love, and it's a life that can begin now and last on into the future. After this, John has designed another collection of stories that took place during 4 Jewish sacred days or feasts. And again, Jesus uses the images related to the feasts to make claims about himself. So Jesus first heals a paralyzed man on the Sabbath, which starts a controversy with the Jewish leaders about working on the day of rest. And Jesus says it's his Father who's working on the Sabbath, and so is he. And they catch his meaning, that he was calling God his Father, making himself equal with God, and so they want to kill him. The next story takes place during Passover, the feast that retold the Exodus story with the symbolic meal of the lamb and bread and wine. And Jesus miraculously provides food for a crowd of thousands, which results in people asking him for more bread. And then Jesus goes on to claim that he is the true bread, and if they eat him, they will discover eternal life. And this offends many people who stop following him. After this is a block of stories set in Jerusalem during the Feast of Tabernacles, which retold the story of Israel's wilderness wanderings as God guided them with the pillar of cloud and fire and provided them water in the desert. And Jesus gets up in the temple courts and he shouts, "If anyone is thirsty, let them come to me and drink." And then later he says, "I am the light of the world." He's claiming to be the illuminating presence of God and the life-saving gift of God to his people. And some people believe and follow him, but others are offended and still others try to kill him for these exalted claims. The final feast story is during Hanukkah, which means rededication. It's about how Judah Maccabee cleared the temple of idols and set it apart as holy once more. And Jesus goes into the temple area and says that he is the one whom God has set apart as the Holy One, and that he is the true temple where God's presence dwells. And he also says, "I and the Father are one." This makes the Jerusalem leaders so angry, they set in motion a plan to kill Jesus, and so he retreats from the city. Now, all these conflicts, they culminate in one last miraculous sign. Jesus hears that his dear friend Lazarus is sick, but his family lives near Jerusalem, which is now a death trap for Jesus. Now, Jesus could stay away and he would save his own life, but he loves Lazarus. So once he hears that Lazarus has died, he goes to raise him from the dead, and he calls him to life out of his tomb, knowing that it will cost him his own life. And the news of this amazing sign, it spreads quickly, of course, and just as Jesus knew would happen, the Jerusalem leaders hear about it and begin conspiring to murder him. And so he rides into Jerusalem as Israel's king, who's rejected by its leaders. So the first half of John draws to a close with this story about Jesus laying down his life as an act of love for his friend. And this, of course, is also a sign pointing forward to the cross, which we'll explore more in the next video. But for now, that's the first half of the Gospel of John.
Alrighty. Now, let's get the trivia. Y'all ready? You'll have your snacks. Because here we go. Chris, leave that broccoli alone. It's bad for your health. Alrighty.
Welcome to the Bible Quiz. Today, let's delve into the life of John the Apostle, a prominent figure in biblical history.
It's okay,
John,
gay
also
girl.
known as the beloved
We
disciple,
got it.
was one of the 12 apostles chosen by Jesus Christ. His life was marked by his close companionship with Jesus, witnessing miracles and teachings firsthand.
Maybe for
He
you,
played
but
a
not for
pivotal role
me.
during the
Bad
Last
for
Supper
my
and
health.
stood at the foot of the cross during Jesus' crucifixion. Besides, he also authored the Gospel of John, 3 epistles, and the book of Revelation. John's life teaches us about
Hey,
the importance
welcome,
of faith,
Bitbite.
love, and perseverance.
Hey,
His enduring commitment to Christ and his unwavering faith in the face of adversity inspire believers to seek a
Oh,
profound
thank you,
connection with
Susan.
God.
Love you.
Get ready for 25 engaging multiple choice questions that will challenge your knowledge and deepen your appreciation of John. It's an opportunity to engage with the Bible in a way that's both informative and enjoyable. Let's get started.
Anything healthy is bad for my health.
Question 1.
I
Where
would
did
go in
John first
shock.
encounter Jesus? A. Dead Sea. B. Sea of Galilee. C. Red Sea. D. Mediterranean Sea. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going with B. The Sea of Galilee. We got Darlene coming in hot with a B. We got Christopher with a B. We got Tracy with a B. And we got D with a B.
all right, we've got SL20 with a B, Susan with a B, Jay Keeps with a B. I also took B.
Alrighty. The
You have
answer
another.
is-
You
I
have another.
one. Oh, he said B. He just wants me.
Oh,
Okay. D with a B. Okay, D. He likes to make me work.
That's B. Sea of Galilee. Matthew
Thank you,
chapter 4,
Tracy.
verses 18 to 21. As Jesus was walking beside the Sea of Galilee, going on from there, he saw 2 other brothers, James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John. John first encountered Jesus at the Sea of Galilee. Question 2. Where was John when Jesus called him? A. In a boat. B. At a temple. C. In a cave. D. Within a synagogue. You get 10 seconds.
I believe it was a boat. Boat,
pretty much.
boat. Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the stream. Christopher with an A, coming in hot. Tracy with an A. Darlene with an A. And D with an A. Haha, you got one on your end now.
Yeah, no. Susan with an A, Jay Keeps with an A. SL20 was an A. Not an A. I'm coughing too much. I can't. My throat. We're good. A.
Okay. Here we go.
That's A, in a boat. Matthew chapter 4, verse 21. They were in a boat. Jesus called them. When Jesus called John, he was working from a boat. This emphasizes the transformative power of Jesus' call, turning ordinary moments into opportunities for discipleship. Question 3. Who was in a boat with John and his brother? A. Joseph. B. Zebedee. C. Simeon. D. Zechariah. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going with B. Zechariah. Zechariah. Zechariah.
Zebediah. Zebedee. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. No, I don't know how to pronounce it.
All right. We got Tracy coming in hot with a B. We got Christopher with a B. We got Darlene with a B. And we got D with a B.
Here I am. SL20 with a B. Susan with a B. Jay Keeps with a B. I also took B.
Alrighty. The answer is that would be my refrigerator, D.
That's B, Zebedee. Matthew chapter 4, verse 21. They were in a boat with their father Zebedee. In the boat with John and his brother was their father Zebedee. The inclusion of family in pivotal moments reflects the interconnected nature of faith and community in biblical narratives. Question 4. What was John doing when Jesus called him? A. Mending sails. B. Counting fish. C. Preparing nets. D. Fishing with a spear. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going with C. Preparing nets. We got Cindy, Darlene with a C. We got Tracy with a C. We got Christopher with a C. And we got D coming in hot with a C.
We have Susan with a C. SL20 with a C. Jay Keeps with a C, and I have C.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that's what I thought. SL20. I thought he was mending nets, but
That's C, preparing nets. Matthew chapter 4, verse 21. They were in a boat with their father Zebedee, preparing their nets. John was preparing nets when Jesus called him. This demonstrates that John and James was a fisherman before becoming one of Jesus' disciples. It highlights the transformative power of Christ's call on people's lives, redirecting their purpose. Question 5. How did John respond to Jesus' call? A. Hesitated. B. Ignored him. C. Asked for a sign. D. immediately left the boat, followed Jesus. You get 10 seconds.
Pretty much, I think it's D.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And plus, it's the longest. So, I'm going D. D for D. 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 We got Christopher with a Chris. We got Darlene coming in hot with a D. We got Christopher with a D. We got D with a D. And we got Tracy with a D.
Pastel with a D. Susan with a D. Jay Keats with a D. And I took D.
Right, the answer is
That's D. Immediately left the boat, followed Jesus. Matthew chapter 4, verses 21 to 22. Jesus called them, and immediately they left the boat and their father and followed him. John's prompt response to Jesus' call exemplifies the kind of immediate and decisive faith that characterizes discipleship. Your journey to never missing a quiz starts with the subscribe
that's
button.
right, D.
Click it now and stay connected with us. Question 6. According to Luke chapter 5, verses 1 to 11, what significant event marked John's decision to follow Jesus? A. The Transfiguration. B. The feeding of the 5,000. C. The Sermon on the Mount. D. The miraculous catch of fish. You get 10 seconds.
I think it's Bravo.
I'm going with D.
Because he told him to throw the nets over on a certain side of the boat. Yeah. D.
We got Christopher coming in hot with a D. We got Darlene with a D. We got Tracy with a D. And we got D with a D.
You have SL with a D. Susan with a D. I went with D. I think Jay Keats is a D. Yep.
Alrighty. D's across the board.
That's D. The miraculous catch of fish. Luke chapter 5, verses 1 to 11. When they had done so, they caught such a large number of fish that their nets began to break. So they pulled their boats up on shore, left everything, and followed him. The significant event marking John's decision to follow Jesus is the miraculous catch of fish. Witnessing this extraordinary display of divine power led John to recognize Jesus' authority and compelled him to become a disciple, leaving everything to follow the Messiah. Question 7. What is another name for John the Apostle? A. John the Baptist. B. John the Disciple. C. John the Evangelist. D. John the Preacher. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going with C. John the Evangelist. Evangelist is maybe. Everybody over here is going with A. Darlene with an A. Christopher with an A.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go with B. I mean C.
Tracy with an A. And I'm hanging with a C. Which
But he's one of the 12 disciples.
yeah, but that's not what I heard.
I'm gonna go with. I'll join Jay Keeps. I'm gonna go with B. Don't worry, you have two people with you. SL is the C. Susan's the C.
Woo!
That's right.
And D is going with a B. Alrighty. SL Susan, hold on to me. We'll see. We'll see right here. We got a split family. A, B, and C.
Wow. Every time I do that,
That's C, John the Evangelist. John the Apostle is also referred to as John the Evangelist. This title highlights his contributions to spreading the teachings of Jesus through his gospel and letters.
Where's that at?
Question 8. What other name was often used to refer to the Apostle John and his brother? A. Boanerges. B. Boanerges. C. Boanerges. D. Boanerges. You get 10 seconds.
I don't know.
I'm going with A. Because I was trying to pronounce it and I called it Morn Angers or something like that. I know I said it wrong.
You talked me into it.
Tracy says A, B, C, and D.
All right. Well, SL was an A. I picked A. Jay Keats went A, B, C, D too, or also. Susan went A.
I just got Tracy. Wait. We got Christopher with an A with a question mark, Darlene with an A, and D with an A.
That's A. Boanerges. Mark chapter 3, verse 17. James the son of Zebedee and John the brother of James, to whom he gave the name Boanerges, that is, sons of thunder. John and James are collectively referred to as Boanerges, meaning sons of thunder. This name reflects their fiery and zealous nature in their early interactions with Jesus and others. Question 9. John became one of the most important disciples of Jesus along with whom? A. Andrew and Matthew. B. Peter and James. C. Thomas and Thaddeus. D. Philip and Bartholomew. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going with B, Peter and James.
I was thinking B just specifically because of Peter, but yep. B.
Beep, beep, beep. Oh, Tracy gave me some cookies. We got Christopher with a B. We got Darlene coming in hot with a B. And we got D with a B. And we got Tracy with a B.
We have straight B's on Rumble. SL, Jay Keats, Susan, and me, all B's.
Alrighty, here we go. Get back, Chris gave you something. I know he ain't giving it to me. He knows better.
That's answer B, Peter and James. Mark chapter 5, verse 37, Mark chapter 9, verse 2, and Mark chapter 14, verse 33. John, along with Peter and James, formed an inner circle of disciples who shared a unique closeness with Jesus. Their presence in key moments, such as the Transfiguration, highlights their significance in the ministry of Jesus. Question 10. In the event of calling of the 12 disciples, which authority did Jesus give to John and other apostles? A. Control the weather. B. Raise the dead. C. Heal diseases and cast out demons. D. Preach in
I'm going
foreign
with C.
languages. You get 10 seconds.
Which one did you say?
C.
I'm going with C.
That's what I said. Didn't it sound like it said C?
It sounded like you said B.
I said C.
Oh.
I already answered it. Okay, stop chewing gum and pronunciate. The letter C in cat.
Christopher with a C. We got Darlene with a C. And we got D with a C. And Tracy coming in hot with a C.
Susan with a C. Jay Keeps with a C. SL20 with a C. And I said C.
Okay, the answer is... Ooh, I got some popcorn now. Start throwing it.
That's C. Heal diseases and cast out demons. Matthew chapter 10, verses 1 to 4. Jesus called his 12 disciples to him and gave them authority to drive out impure spirits and to heal every disease and sickness. This empowerment reflected their role in spreading the message of the kingdom and participating in the divine work of restoration and liberation from spiritual oppression. Question 11. What was the significant event that John witnessed when becoming one of the most important disciples of Jesus, as recorded in Matthew chapter 17, verses 1 to 13? A. Jesus' transfiguration. B. The Sermon on the Mount. C. The feeding of the 5,000. D. Jesus walking on water. You get 10 seconds.
Okay, D, good night. Be safe. Praying for you and Goldie. Love y'all. I'm going with A.
Yep. Yep. Correct. Susan, good idea. I just went on and turned on the coffee maker. I'm going to have some tea. I think my throat would be happy.
You got any honey?
I do.
Put a little bit of honey in there. You need a lollipop?
Yeah.
We got Darlene with an A. Tracy with an A. Chris may be with his nurse. Oh, there he is.
A.
Christopher with an A.
Jay keeps A. SL20 A. Susan A. I took A. And they're mentioning this Jay keeps kind of thing we ran into is how they use a different books to ask the question. It's not all the book of John, but
Yeah.
we're used to it.
Alright.
It's all A over here.
Alrighty. We got A's across the board.
That's A, Jesus' transfiguration. Matthew chapter 17, verses 1 to 2. After 6 days, Jesus took with him Peter, James, and John, the brother of James, and led them up a high mountain by themselves. There, he was transfigured before them. The experience profoundly influenced John's understanding of Christ's identity and contributed to his significant role among the disciples. Question 12. Where did Jesus lead John, Peter, and James to pray before his arrest? A. Mount Sinai. B. Gethsemane. C. Mount Hermon. D. The Red Sea. You get 10 seconds.
B. B, B, B. B, 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 B.
I'm leering B.
We got Darlene coming in hot with a B. Tracy with a B.
Estelle with a B. Jay keeps B. Susan B. And I have B.
And Chris has a B. All B's.
That's B, Gethsemane. Matthew chapter 26, verses 36 to 37. Then Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to them, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." He took Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee along with him. This poignant moment captures the intensity of Jesus' struggle and the disciples' challenge to remain vigilant in prayer during a critical juncture in the events leading to Christ's crucifixion. Question 13. When praying in Gethsemane, what happened to John and the other disciples when Jesus asked them to keep watch with him? A. They got sick. B. They fell asleep. C. They were attacked. D. They got hungry. You get 10 seconds.
They was thinking. They was thinking with their eyes closed. Going with B.
Yep.
B, B, B.
Come on, honey, open up. Oh my goodness.
Got what is it? Is it real honey?
The real stuff, and the cap is kind of stuck on.
Oh.
Great Lakes local hive. Yum. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry,
We got Darlene with a B. We got Tracy coming in hot with a B. And we got Christopher with a B.
I'll come back here. All right, Estelle with a B. Susan B. Jay keeps B, but I don't know what the continuation on that's going to be, but and then I'm going to take a B.
Alrighty. Here we go. I didn't take my nap today. It's not nice.
That's B. They fell asleep. Matthew chapter 26, verses 36 to 46. Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. When he came back, he again found them sleeping because their eyes were heavy. This event illustrates the human struggle to remain spiritually vigilant during times of intense trial. It foreshadows the disciples' difficulty comprehending the gravity of Jesus' impending sacrifice and the role of John and other disciples in the unfolding events. Question 14. During Jesus' crucifixion, what task did John receive from him? A. Carry the cross. B. Guard the tomb. C. Take care of Mary. D. Announce the resurrection. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going with C.
Yes.
Take care of Mary. Mary. Party Bonzo with a C. Coming in hot. Hey, welcome back, Party Bonzo. Tracy with a C. Darlene with a C. And Christopher with a C.
Yep, Estelle with the C, Susan with the C, Jay keeps C, and I took C.
Alrighty. The answer is dum-dum.
That's C. Take care of Mary. John chapter 19, verses 26 to 27. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing nearby, he said to his mother, "Woman, behold your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Behold your mother." And from that hour the disciple took her to his own home. This event demonstrates the importance of familial duty and compassion, as well as emphasizes the close relationship between John and Jesus. Question 15. Who did announce to John and Peter about Jesus' empty tomb? A. Elizabeth. B. Salome. C. Martha. D. Mary Magdalene. You get 10 seconds.
D.
Yep. D. Party Bunza with a D. Christopher with a D. Darlene with a D.
Jay keeps with a D, Susan with a D, SL 20 with a D, and I have D.
And Tracy with a D. And the answer is
That's D. Mary Magdalene. John chapter 20, verses 1 to 2. Early on the first day of the week, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb and saw that the stone had been removed from the entrance. So she came running to Simon Peter and the other disciple, the one Jesus loved. Mary Magdalene played a pivotal role in announcing the news of Jesus' empty tomb to John and Peter. Question 16. After the resurrection, how did John and other disciples recognize Jesus when he appeared in Galilee? A, by his voice. B, by his appearance. C, by a miracle of a large catch of fish. D, by the wounds in his hands and feet. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going with C.
This is where he told them to cast their nets on the other side of the boat. Right?
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm going with C.
Yeah.
We got Darlene with a C. We got Party Bonza with a D. We got Tracy with a C. And we got Christopher with a C.
All right. Estelle, if I'm reading this right, I kind of got lost. Estelle with a C, Susan with a C. I went with C, and I think Jay keeps went with A.
I believe so.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I guess.
That's what I see.
Yeah, I see.
Alrighty. The answer is
That's D, Mary Magdalene. John, chapter 21, verses 4 to 7.
Wait a minute.
When they did, they...
You catch that? I think we missed it. They said D.
Okay, play it again. It says answer C on the screen, but
Oh, we're on 16.
Yeah.
It says C, but he said D when he read it.
That's D, Mary Magdalene.
he
John,
did.
chapter 21,
See?
verses 4 to 7. When they did, they were unable to haul the net in because of the large number of fish.
Where did Mary
Then
Magdalene
the
come out of?
disciple
Like
whom
the answer to
Jesus
the previous
loved
question.
said to Peter, "It is the
I
Lord."
have no idea.
John and
I
other
just
disciples
messed that one
recognized
up.
Jesus in Galilee
So we'll
when
give
he
it
everybody
to
gets
a
this right.
miraculous catch
Yeah,
of
everybody
fish
gets it
because
right.
it reminded a similar event earlier in his ministry. This event reinforced their faith and affirmed Jesus' identity.
Party Bonds, that's what AI does.
Question 17. Where was John exiled to after the resurrection of Jesus and wrote the book of Revelation? A, Rome. B, Patmos. C, Jerusalem. D, Bethlehem. You get 10 seconds.
Bravo.
Yeah. Patmos. That's what I think.
Yeah, right, Estelle. That was 2 questions ago.
I think AI got confused and combined the answer. We got Christopher with a B. We got Darlene with a B.
Estelle with the B. Susan with the B. It's called We're Leering, Jay keeps with a B. And I had
Alrighty. And Tracy has a B. And the answer is
That's B, Patmos. Revelation chapter 1, verse 9. I, John, your brother and companion in the suffering and kingdom and patient endurance that are ours in Jesus, was on the island of Patmos. John's exile demonstrates the commitment to his faith despite adversity, revealing the enduring
Okay,
power of hope
Christopher.
and revelation in Christ.
We'll probably be off when you get
Question
back.
18. Why was
We love
John
you.
exiled to the island
Be
of
safe.
Patmos?
Good night.
A, his boat sank. B, he assaulted a soldier. C, he disrespected the laws. D, he preached about God. You get 10 seconds.
Alrighty. I am going with D. Don't you dare, no. Don't start
Yeah,
nothing,
no.
they won't be nothing.
Yep, D. D.
Oh, ready. Oh, Tracy said U.S. lost.
Did they? Oh, well.
Oh, man. Okay, we got Darlene with a D. And you can go ahead.
Yeah, I got SL with D. J keeps D. Susan D. I went with D.
Tracy with a D, and we're going to give Christopher a D. And the answer is Bonza with a D.
That's D. He preached about God. Revelation chapter 1, verse 9. I, John, your brother and companion in the suffering and kingdom and patient endurance that are ours in Jesus, was on the island of Patmos because of the word of God and the testimony of Jesus. John was exiled to the island of Patmos for preaching the message of God. Question 19. Who told
Do you want to go to 20 or do you want to stop now?
We can go to 20.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to you. What do you want to do?
Yeah, that's fine. Here we go. We'll do 2 more.
told John to write the book of Revelation? A, Jesus. B, angel. C, Satan. D, nobody. You get 10 seconds.
Pretty sure it was an angel.
I'm going.
It all goes with A, and I'm trying to think
I'm
because
going with Jesus.
did he appear to him in Revelation?
Hmm?
Did he appear to him in Revelations? I mean, to write Revelations? I can't remember. Yeah, CJ keeps. I'll stick with that. Which, yeah, we know how my record is, but she picked B. I'm gonna go B. Susan's A. SL's A.
Party Bonza says B. Darlene says B. Uh-oh. I'm sinking this ship on YouTube.
An angel told John to do this and then write everything that he sees in the book. But
I think it was Jesus. I think. My personal opinion.
all right, Susan changed her answer to B.
Well, okay, SL.
Oh, he hasn't.
I'm gonna get.
You and SL.
I'm gonna give Chris an A. He's gonna go down with me. Oh, Tracy's took a B. Oh, okay. I forced an A on Chris. And SL's hanging with me. So here we go.
That's
Way
A,
to
Jesus.
go.
Revelation chapter 1, verses 1 to 2. The revelation from Jesus Christ, which God gave him to show his servants what must soon take place. He made it known by sending his angel to his servant John, who testifies to everything he saw. Jesus Christ, through an angel, instructed John to write the
Jesus
book of
Christ
Revelation.
through an
This
angel.
divine command emphasizes the
good.
importance of the
Wordplay.
book's message for believers.
Okay.
Question 20. According to Acts 4, what actions did Peter and John take that
Party
displeased the
bones.
religious authorities? A. They condemned the religious leaders. B. They discussed the role of faith in healing. C. They preached about the importance of almsgiving. D. They proclaimed the resurrection of Jesus. You get 10 seconds.
Oh, it's going to be D.
Yep. That's what I'm going with. D. He's doing his nightly walk, Party Bonza, so I could force it on him without him saying no,
Yeah,
opposing
Jay
it.
keeps. I agree with you. The last question, we should get that right as well. An angel's sent. Like, what? Okay.
Where?
Yeah, pretty much.
Me as El Chris. We got it. We got Party Bonza says A.
Susan D, SLD, Jay keeps D, and I went with D. Don't start playing that. It could be A also. Could be. Could be.
Yeah, Party Bonza said A. And I'm going to go with D. And I don't know where the other ones went to. I'm going to give all three of them a D. They're going with me. If they're going to sink, they're going to sink with me. Oh, Darlene with a D and Tracy with a D. Yeah, I better be glad y'all came in because I was going to sink you with me. We ready?
We're all D's.
Okay, here we go. Giving Chris a D. Boom,
That's D.
chakalaka.
They proclaimed the resurrection of Jesus. Acts chapter 4, verses 1 to 2. They were greatly disturbed because the apostles were teaching the people, proclaiming in Jesus the resurrection of the dead. This early adversity reflects the hostility the apostles encountered while spreading the gospel. John's steadfastness in the face of confinement already foreshadowed his later resilience during exile in Patmos, as mentioned before. Question 21.
Alrighty.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to mute so you can say goodnight.
All right. All right, everyone. Thank y'all for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you, BitBot, for being up here with me and helping me. I love each and every one of y'all. And like I say, if God places someone on your heart or your mind, stop and pray. Because God placed them there for a reason. We may not know the reason, but God does. And He placed them there for us to help pray for them. So I love each and every one of y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow night, same time. And we only got 5 questions, so we'll probably watch after the 5. We'll start on the X, the video X. I'll see what I can come up with so I don't get shut down again. But I love each and every one of y'all. And again, I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Love y'all.
Every step I take, every stride I make, I look around, sometimes I feel alone. Think about this life I live, only so much time to give. I'm on the run into the unknown. The line I'm walking just straight, one outside I say it ain't fun. I'm not here to impress anyone. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard path in life can be a lonely one. Not too many walk this road I'm on. This road I'm on. Head down since I left town, sorry for the letdown. Don't know the next time that I'll be around. When I ask myself why I do what I do, there's a couple reasons, yeah, I can count a few. To all the ones that are proud of me, to all the ones that doubted me, thanks for watching my dreams become reality. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard path in life can be a lonely one. Not too many walk this road I'm on. This road I'm on. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard path in life can be a lonely one. Not too many walk this road I'm on. This road I'm on. This road I'm on.